episode 5 of Film Music Moments with me, Carl Corbin. Now today we're going to be looking at composer Brian Tyler, who has composed for films such as Age of Ultron, the second Avengers film, Thor the Dark World, Iron Man 3, What Men Want, and he's even composed the Formula 1 theme. Now a lot of you will remember the old Formula 1 theme as it was quite iconic and played on the bass guitar like this. However, in 2018, Tyler composed the new Formula 1 theme, which sounds a bit like this. Tyler is a drummer, and he uses drums a lot in his compositions to drive it and make it a lot more hardcore and exciting, and he uses it in the Formula 1 theme. Now, similar to what we looked at in episode 3, he also uses the sound effect of a Formula 1 car driving past to affect the sound of a Formula 1 car, because it's the Formula 1 theme. Now, today we're going to be looking at the Now You See Me 1 and 2 soundtracks. He composed for both films, and I want to look at instrumentation as well as the themes in the film. And the first thing I want to look at is this theme right here. It's played on the vibraphone, which is a percussion instrument, and Tyler plays it himself. And personally, I think that the vibraphone is a really interesting instrument choice, as the theme itself sounds really mysterious. It's going down like this. It's really mysterious. It sounds like a question is being asked in the music. It's really interesting and questioning. And I think the vibraphone is a really interesting instrument, as if you compare it to something like a flute. I mean, it's exactly the same tune, but it doesn't really carry the mystery that the vibraphone does if you hear it again. It just sounds more, tingling and exciting. It's a film about magicians, so, Now, as I mentioned when talking about the Formula 1 theme, Brian Tyler plays drums, but he also plays electric and bass guitar, instruments that are much more used in the sequel than they are in the first film. Now I believe he did this as, if a lot of you listen to pop music, these instruments are used very much. And they are used to create a really good groove and allow you to dance, especially the bass and drums. And I believe that he used it in the sequel to give the sequel a more light-hearted tone, which is what a lot of fans of the franchise believe, that the second film is a bit more light-hearted than the first, as it's less of a heist and more of a light-hearted family feel. Now the piece I attempt to play at the beginning of the video is taken from a scene near the end of Now You See Me 2, in which the horsemen, which is the name of the magicians, were captured, but they have now escaped, and it turns out that they had planned to be captured the whole time, and the board drops, and it shows them on a stage in the middle of the River Thames with a huge crowd in the middle of London. And the horseman's theme, which goes like this. Again, it sounds really mysterious, and this, I believe, is because the theme is in C major, but we have this really mysterious, off-putting. It's not necessarily off-putting, but it doesn't belong to the scale. And this, when added to the triad in the C, adds a lot of mystery. As I mentioned several times in the video now, Tyler has drums blasting away in this, making it sound as climaxing, as forte as possible. They've finally got the win. We can see they've got the win. They can't be stopped, and everything is good. And the last thing I want to talk about is this little 3-note figure that the horsemen have as well. And again, something I love about this is that it's just really used expertly in both number 1 and number 2. As I've said in the video, the horsemen have quite a few different themes from to the one I've just talked about, and Tyler chooses very specifically where to place these themes in the film instead of using all 3 of them at the same time maybe. And one of my favourite tracks in Now You See Me 2 is called The Big Finish, and it's from the scene I've just mentioned, and it uses all 3 of the themes in a matter of about 30 to 40 seconds, and it's something that I love. So I hope you've enjoyed today's episode, and thank you for watching. Soon I will be publishing the last episode in the series, episode 6, so I hope you've enjoyed this a lot, as much as I've enjoyed creating it. Thank you very much for watching.